Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And what you see in this picture is a brand new upgrade to a site that had very outdated panels and radios. This site, from what I was tracking, was not doing AWS3 Band 66, which Verizon owns both AWS1 and AWS3 in this market. It didn't do AWS3. It did not do any Band 5 or N5. This site previously had old radios, and it was only doing Band 66 AWS1 at 15 by 15, and it was doing Band 13 at 10 by 10. So the speeds on this site were less than impressive, and oftentimes it was very, very, very congested. So recently, Verizon, and this is very, very recent, within like the last week or so, went back to the site and they fully have modernized, ripped and replaced this site. So this site now has all the new radios to do DSS, N5, Band 5. As you see, it has brand new panels. It can now do AWS1, Band 66 and AWS3, and it can do the Band 13 at 10 by 10. Again, no wideband. No real wideband, no 20 by 20 channels, no PCS band 2 in this market. And with this upgrade also came, they added the own one fiber. It was in the area. They transported it to this cell site, and now it's running native Verizon One fiber. So this is something that I just wanted to quickly throw this in. When Neville speaks of AT&T and Verizon having to go back to the sites and modernize and add newer radios because their radios are outdated, I feel like he speaks from a perspective like Verizon and AT&T are not going to upgrade their sites. They're going to spend the money that it's going to take to upgrade a site like the one you're seeing right here. This site is now fully modernized with the latest and greatest. Of course, there's some spectrum still missing. It doesn't have CBRS and it doesn't have C-band. That will likely come at a later time. I mean, C-band does not clear in this market until the end of 2023, so there's no rush on that. But in the meantime, Verizon has to make sure that their network is operating and has enough speed to maintain and keep everyone on the network with the current market share. So the speed test to this site that I'm going to show you is LTE. It's just a standard LTE test, and it's fast. As you can see here, I did almost 300 megabits a second on LTE and 73.2 on uplink. That is, in my opinion, that is massive throughput for this just being an LTE site. So they're running less spectrum than T-Mobile now in this market for sure. T-Mobile has N41 on air, and then they have Band 66 20 by 20. Soon they'll have Band 2 at 20 by 20 as well. They got Band 66 AWS3 at 10 by 10. They got 5 by 5 on LTE and 15 by 15 on NR of Band 71, and they got 40 megahertz of N41. Soon they'll have the Sprint PCS, and they'll widen the N41. So again, T-Mobile now has far more spectrum on air, and AT&T as well. Currently, they have more spectrum on air than Verizon. Verizon had the least amount of spectrum on air for a very long time. Yet, they do more with less. They combated congestion and slower speeds with densification during LTE. They got more site densification than any other carrier in this area now. And to top it off, the icing on the cake, they added their own fiber in. So now they can play with the fiber backhaul however they want. If you look at the spectrum holdings that they have on this site, like I mentioned, Band 66 AWS1 15 by 15, Band 66 AWS3 10 by 10, and then Band 13 or Band 5 at 10 by 10. This is impressive. If you think about them adding C-band onto the site or even just CBRS, that site is going to do speeds that I've never seen in this market other than millimeter wave. It's going to do some impressive speeds. So again, when Neville speaks on these conferences and he says, well, you know, the radios of the other two are outdated, they have to go back. The matter of fact is they're going to go back and they're going to upgrade these sites. They're going to do it. What does he think they're going to do to the site when they go back and add C-band? It's a one touch. They're not just going to slap C-band. If there's radios that need to be changed, they're going to rip it all out and they're going to add it. They're going to go through the baseband units. They're going to add the routers necessary to increase the backhaul link to as high as they want to push for. So they're going to very well do this, and they're going to do this as fast as humanly possible on their end. They got the funds, they got the money. They're going to spend it as it stands now. Verizon and AT&T are going to spend the 20 plus billion. There's no changing that. So their business model is structured around them spending the amount that they're spending. Will they have to have a need to compete a little more in the market? Sure, why not? You know, they can offer phone promos, maybe lower pricing a little, add in more perks. They'll always be just competitive enough, especially against the likes of T-Mobile. That's, you know, maybe some people consider them crazy for doing free lines and all this other stuff, but they'll just be competitive enough to be a player in the market. I think Verizon is very competitive now. I think they lack marketing. I think their marketing needs a rebrand, a refresh. But other than that, I think their plans are competitive with the perks. I think pricing is right around what you need to be paying for Verizon because of the network excellence. But other than that, I think AT&T is maybe priced a little bit better than even Verizon. But both of them, you're paying a premium price for you pay for what you get. That's the saying. And if you want the bigger, better coverage, you're going to have to pay Verizon and AT&T what they ask for. If there's a need for them to drop pricing significantly, if they feel like, hey, T-Mobile's pulling too much or Dish is coming in sideways and they're taking our customers, then they'll do that. They'll adjust as they go. I just wish they were just a little bit more at the forefront, Verizon at least. I wish they were a little bit more at the forefront on this instead of just being kind of reactionary to when changes are coming to the market. If T-Mobile announces an Un-carrier or AT&T does a move. On the network side, they're at the forefront. I haven't seen a scenario yet where Verizon is really reactionary. When AT&T announced the Microsoft deal the other day, I wasn't too impressed. It's kind of the same deal that Verizon has with Amazon's AWS. So, you know, so again, Verizon was out ahead on that, and AT&T is now catching up with the Microsoft deal. So, and I think T-Mobile is going to do it with Lumen, from what they announced. So, all three have their own ways. Verizon seems to be at the forefront and really serious about creating that prestige premium network that you're paying for, which is going to perform great. And again, I'm not saying they're perfect. No carrier is perfect anywhere, but Verizon sure tries very, very hard to maintain the prestige network performance that the perception of the consumers is, they're used to, and they're putting in a lot of work to get this done. So let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. Look forward to reading your comments. If you have been on the channel or you're new to the channel and you have not yet liked, shared, subscribed, to make sure you do so, hit that notification bell so you are notified when I do upload content. Make sure to follow my social media outlets for more updates and interactions. Thanks again for watching. This is Tyrone with Tech Life, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.